Trophy, der hedder er silver bullet. A silver bullet. En sølvkugle.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
This gun holds 6 rounds of specially designed silver bullets.
Whoa.
I won't miss next time. Before you do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want. You plan to do what she says, don't you?
Snow's not here. You're dealing with me now.
That may be true, but I'd advise against defying your new boss, at least for the time being.
Hvorfor?
You will bring me back alive. Look, all I ask for is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community. And I'm sure Miss White would agree that I should be given a fair trial. Can we at least agree on that?
Ja, han skulle jo med os.
We'll have a trial. Are we clear?
The whole town will be calling for your execution. Why would you want me to bring you back there?
Why don't you let me worry about that? Look,
Så han har en
there's no
plan.
reason for us to be at each other's throats here.
That's funny, coming from a guy pointing a gun at my head.
This is just a precaution. I'm sure you understand. I'm no murderer, Mr. Wolf. I didn't kill those women. And I think you know that. All I'm asking for is a chance to explain my side of the story.
If you're not a killer, then what are you?
Precisely.
I'm a businessman, not a killer.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms. Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. And I don't think I'm being unreasonable. If you decide to do something stupid, like murder me, you won't get your answers. But you will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White and the rest of this miserable town.
Snehvide, hun ville jo høre, at vi skulle komme tilbage med ham i live.
And I worry you're not thinking of the... Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero? Because those are two very different things.
This is about protecting Fabletown. And some asshole murders 2 of our people. It's my job to bring them down.
Then why are you here? You know who murdered them.
Jamen, du er jo bagmanden for helvede.
He's dead, isn't he? My point being, the killer has been dealt with. You've won.
You really think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in, but you can brighten up a little. It's over. So, shall we get going? I'd rather not dawdle.
All right, let's go. Hand over the gun.
I think I'd rather hold on to it, if you don't mind. What do you say? Hey!
Oh,
I'm sure
fedt.
Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup. I understand why she'd want to keep you around.
You're under arrest.
Jeg tænker,
Trial in front of your peers.
hvis Snehvide ikke havde sagt, at vi skulle bringe ham tilbage i live, så havde jeg slået ham ihjel. Men Snehvide, hun sagde i den sidste episode, episode 4, at vi skulle tage ham med tilbage i live. Så det er den eneste grund til, at jeg gør det. Ellers så havde han fandme fået smæk. My last cigarette. Damn right. Your last cigarette, man. Det her. Indtil videre har det været den hårdeste episode.
But we have to do something. Are you fucking kidding me?
Jeg tror også, det er meningen.
Sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
The crooked man.
Thank God.
Motherfucker.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble. At the crooked man's place. And after what happened with Mary...
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know... I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
Oh, thank
It's
you.
about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do you have to say for
Where the
yourself?
fuck do you get
These
off?
poor
You
girls.
think you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done?
fucking
Hey, slap
You
af.
should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone, can I have your attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but considering the circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The Crooked Man is charged with the murder of
As I
Faith
already
and...
informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porge who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie?
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White, but I thought it would be unwise to proceed with such faulty information.
I already took care of Georgie, so drop it.
What do you mean you took care of him?
Is he still out there?
I sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Georgie was a victim of this psycho, too.
Det er nemlig det, jeg også
Pushed into
tænker.
the whole thing, and now he's dead.
He's... what?
Dead. So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for this.
change anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the
What
charges.
other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White.
Let her finish. Then you can have your say.
Got it?
If you insist.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order.
Nemlig.
Violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding and providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
And for being a condescending prick.
Typisk Bigby.
Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit!
Like hell you
Stop
didn't.
the charade. We know you're in.
Everyone just shut up for a minute. You wanted a chance to talk, well go ahead.
What?
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak for?
Det var den
The
aftale, vi
Crooked
havde.
Man has committed crimes against this government, and most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If
Det var
we're
det,
ever
vi
going to pull ourselves together and make
blev enige om.
something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more
Nemlig.
snap judgments, no more secrets. We are going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
Nemlig. Perfekt.
This is ridiculous.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your point or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell
This
the
is such
fucking
bullshit.
truth for
He's
once.
always been a bit of a powder keg.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
Nå, det gør det lidt spændende, det her.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby, when you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
It was a trap.
What's he talking about?
Yeah, and your goons attacked me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
I really hope you're going somewhere with this.
I see you want to cut right to the point. I can appreciate that. Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Yes, but...
Wasn't I?
You're the fucking problem here, not us.
Really? What about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway. With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help.
Jeg så slet ikke, hun var blandt publikum.
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back, and in turn we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
They burned my tree to ashes.
What?
Skal vi ikke snakke højt om?
Burned it down?
You see?
Why would you do that?
There's more to this than they're saying, okay? It was necessary to keep this town safe. Greenleaf was using her magic to help Crane and the Crooked Man.
What choice did I have?
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me.
Jeg hader, når folk går
And you
imod
hated him
hinanden.
for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with a crooked man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so
Deeply.
does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at heart.
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength.
Do you really think the Crooked Man cared about you? He just cared about your money. He cares about your obedience.
Så får vi lige den rigtige tale nu. I love it.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over. And those girls
Det har jeg aldrig
will
hørt
have their
før.
justice.
Needn't. Den var ny. For mig i hvert fald. Needn't.
Very good, very good.
Very
the sentiment
good.
is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a confession
A confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke.
nu
Especially
kæft.
given Bigby's history.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
You won't be able to talk your way out of this, Crooked Man.
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just...
Of course it's right. This man tormented all of you, for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
them.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did, because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Of course. Where are you going with this?
Well, by that logic, Miss White should be on trial for Tweedledum's murder, since you know Bigby works for her.
That's...
He killed a man.
That don't make him a murderer.
Doesn't it?
What happened with Tweedledum wasn't Snow's fault. If y'all want to blame someone, blame me. She had nothing to do with it.
Bigby and I have already discussed his behavior that night. We're handling it internally.
Where have I heard that before? How about the way he
Fuck man, han prøver at brainwash
He
os.
was in your custody. He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
That was different.
He was a suspect, and I needed answers.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So, you won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for mine.
This is completely different.
I did not order those two girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story. They want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own crimes.
This isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen.
Fuck!
Laws apply when we need them.
Everyone just shut the fuck up.
I mean, a certain level of privilege should be afforded to
who?
This is how it's always.
Oh nej.
This is exactly to what I'm speaking. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you? Who filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there while they idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction?
Fuck dig, Crooked Man.
Challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens. Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White?
Nå ja, det er hende der.
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say
Hun
something.
har stadigvæk det der
Take a
ribbon.
moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one.
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
We're kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
She has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
Go ahead, darling.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons.
Nå ja, nu er det jo...
Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body.
Yep.
Did you kill her? Did he?
Sheriff, this is
Ikke
highly
rigtigt.
irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
Vivian killed herself. Back at the Pudding and Pie.
Så nu kan hun jo snakke.
Sorry, I don't think I know
Narissa.
you.
My name is Narissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only two people who ever gave a damn about me. And now I can finally say, you're an asshole.
And
I
he
hope
is
you
going to
buy
pay for it.
For what you did.
Don't worry. He's gonna pay for it.
He made Georgie do it. It was always him. Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you
Ja, der er jo flere. Yes!
Like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Good enough for me.
Me too.
He's a guilty motherfucker.
So that's it, right?
Calm down the witching well. No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen
Hold
to
nu som inden.
yourselves.
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you.
What, you
Lås ham
take
inden
two
for
people's
helvede.
lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
You're done talking, Crooked Man. You had your chance.
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know
Nej,
that,
han skal ikke
but
slås
we don't
ihjel.
have to kill anybody.
Og sådan er
We can
det.
imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he
Det
can
er jeg
never
enig i.
hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has a
more
point.
if he isn't
Hasn't there
stopped.
been
I
enough
don't get it.
bloodshed
So we
already?
get rid of
Du nu
him.
kæft for
You
helvede.
can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I think
This is going nowhere.
someone needs to make a decision. Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
Look, I'm making the call.
Why should you?
He is the only officially appointed representative here.
Right. Bigby should decide.
That makes sense to me.
Det var måske ikke så klogt at sige.
Okay.
Fine. Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay.
Tak for det, Brian.
It's your call.
Snow.
Just do what you think is right.
Vi skal låse om enden, det er jeg sikker på. With magic.
Do what you think is right.
Teach him a fucking lesson.
Everyone, I'm...
Not this
Ja. Wow, 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 wow. Wow! Det havde jeg ikke lige forudset, det her. Det havde jeg ikke lige forudset, det her. Så blev jeg nødt til at smide ham i. Up!
There you are. I hope you all remember this moment.
Nej, du skal ikke smide ham i.
When you try to sleep.
Lock him up. Lock him up. Det er den final beslutning, jeg tager.
You said you had a way to keep him from hurting people.
Wait, you
After
can't be
what he's
serious.
done, you're just gonna put him in prison?
This isn't
Det er det
the
mest
way.
humane at gøre.
You're doing the right thing.
Yes, there's a way.
Han skal lide.
Alright.
Han har ikke ret til bare at dø. He will suffer. Et trophy, der hedder The North Wind Blows. The North Wind Blows. Okay. Sure thing, Johnny. En dag senere.
Not what I was expecting. Morning.
Åh, det er ham.
He's got a sharp
Fit.
tongue. I thought it would be better for everyone if he parted with it.
Thanks, Greenleaf.
Don't forget this the next time your deputy mayor gets an itch to destroy my worldly possessions.
Hey, Sheriff. Are you gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down in a minute.
Okay. Great.
Det var ham der gameren der.
This fucking line.
Oh, Mr. Wolf, Flycatcher left his keys.
Flycatcher, det var det han hed.
Is everything okay? You look...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this.
Hvad sker der?
We'll talk later, okay?
Så ud til hun er travlt.
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
What the fuck is going on? Okay. Jamen, det var da meget interessant. Den her scene, vi så. Hvad sker nu? Nå ja, Toad og hans lille søn. Hans søn er så sød.
I'm going! Jesus!
We only have like 5 minutes.
They carry me for fuck's sake! I don't give a shit! You forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day.
Kan han ikke blive her nu, hvis det er?
Shit! Just go grab that, would you? It's just a farm. You don't have to be so dramatic about it.
Come on, Colin.
Kan de ikke alle sammen blive her nu, når det er over?
Wait, Sheriff Bigby. I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White, please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye, so if you could bring it to her, she was nice.
Yeah, sure.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best. It's a willow beetle. That's
a willow beetle.
They're cool, because when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
I'm sure she'll love it.
She said it was pretty.
That's everybody.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
Don't worry. You'll be a lot safer there. There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby, so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah. You don't have to worry about the Monday seeing you. It'll be nice.
Vi må hellere prøve at lyde så positivt som muligt.
Have you been there before?
No. Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves.
You wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Bye, Mr. Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
Hvorfor? Jeg forstår ikke lige, hvorfor de skal derhen nu. Jeg tror bare, det var fordi, at der var far på færre dengang, men...
Are you still mad at me?
Would it change your mind? You got another one of those? How about a smoke for the road? One last time?
Give him the fucking pack, man. Du skal nok overleve det her. Det er bare en farm.
Bigby. Always a gentleman, aren't you, Bigby? I guess I'll see you around. Stay out of trouble, okay? If you even can.
I'll try.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, trophy igen! Grandmaster Librarian.
Saying goodbye?
Sådan skal det være. Der er hun, vores redningskvinde.
Hi.
Hi.
You're still wearing that thing.
Oh. Yeah. I guess I am. It's not easy to forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
It's okay. I get it.
Sympathy, bitch.
Listen, I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the crooked man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand. You've seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence?
What did you do?
What did you do?
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the crooked man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You what?
Så det var derfor han slog hende ihjel, eller hvad?
Everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
You were just trying to protect them.
Yeah. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the crooked man. But then... Oh, God.
What? Slap dog af. Nå, okay. Jeg troede hun refused.
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the crooked man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What does it matter?
Hvad gør vi så nu?
I know the crooked man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth? It was true enough.
I guess it worked out in the end. I can't hold that against you.
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after... that night, after Faith. I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't with her scheduled appointment. So I did the only thing I could do.
Which was?
I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
Okay. Så det var hende, der gjorde det.
You?
I walked her over here, and I left her.
You were
Ja, bare så han ville lægge mærke til det.
So you started all this.
Og hun sluttede det også.
Pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The crooked man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence. And the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
I'm sorry, Narissa. I'm sorry that's what it took to get me to pay attention.
It'll be different now. You'll make things right.
Det håber vi da i hvert fald.
You and Snow.
I don't know. It seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
I don't really know where we stand anymore. Things are just different.
Huh. Things are always different.
What?
Look, Bigby. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You protected your friends, no matter the cost. And you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the crooked man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing.
Bigby is justice.
Job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the crooked man, it was you.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you.
Det var sødt af hende at sige. Tak for det, Narissa. You made my fucking day.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
I need to tell you something.
I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too.
Would hide her beauty so she could escape his kingdom.
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Gå after her. Hvad har han gjort?
Wolf.
What? Jeg forstod det ikke. Jeg forstod ikke den her slutning. Et trophy, der hedder Happily Ever After. Slutningen her, jeg fatter ikke lige slutningen. Det tror jeg skal tænke over. Brug lidt tid på at tænke over. Hvad fuck? Altså det var... jeg forstod det ikke lige helt. Hvis I har lyst til at se det her, så kan I jo trykke på pause. Scroller lige nedad. Det ser ud som om vi har været sådan nogenlunde enige. How did you punish the crooked man? Okay. Kun 47% der valgte at Putte ham i fængsel. Ellers så er vi sådan rimelig enige. I hope I've done some good here. Hvad skal der ske? Jeg er ikke lige helt sikker på, hvad der skete her i slutningen, men når den her video den bliver uploadet, så er jeg sikker på, at jeg har fundet ud af det. Måske. Nu må vi se. Måske var det hende, der var den onde, eller et eller andet. Jeg ved det ikke lige. I do not understand it. Måske har hun mere at sige, eller noget hun ikke har sagt endnu. I don't know. Vi trykker fortsæt. You fought him after the interrogation. Nå, det er special stats. Okay, så hvis I også har lyst til at læse det, så kan I gøre det. Kan bare trykke på pause. Jeg dammer ham ham slår jeg ihjel. Det var han selv ude om. Så det var sådan det var. Continue. Hvad sker der nu? Okay, det er bare slutningen her. Nå, jamen som sagt, jeg tror nok, når den her video den bliver uploadet, så tror jeg nok, jeg skulle have fundet ud af, hvad der lige skete her til slutningen. For lige nu, mens jeg har optaget, jeg fattede det ikke lige helt. Men ja, i hvert fald tusind tak til jer, der har kigget med til The Wolf Among Us. Jeg håber, I har nydt det lige så meget, som jeg har. Vi ses i næste video og til næste serie. Ha' en fantastisk dag. Hej hej!